I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want to say, please smash that like button. Trying to get to 1,000 likes a video. Like spike. Let's get one going. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure and do so. I'm going to bring you the most up-to-date, pertinent cryptocurrency information daily. Jumping right into the market today in crypto. Green day. Overall market cap of cryptocurrency, $149 billion. Bitcoin at 52.44. This is a Bitcoin weekly chart. We've talked about this. The main concern is Bitcoin closed below the 200 simple moving average previously. Now here we are, still below the 200 simple moving average, and we're attempting to test that 5,500 level. On Sunday, when the week closes again, if we close this week below the 200 simple moving average, it would be the first time that we opened and closed a week below the 200 simple. So a bearish sign potentially. You still have this bearish MACD cross down here. Doesn't look like it's getting any better. However, if we do zoom in to the lower time frames, I had drawn this falling wedge. We did get a breakout to the upside. There's not really a bunch of volume in this marker right now. You know, whales potentially are accumulating. But the levels I want you to watch, if you were to pull a target of this falling wedge, you know, potentially we could see close to a run up to 6,000 if this plays out. However, you got this overhead resistance right at 5,400 that's standing in the way. So we need to break 5,400, 5,600, and then we start looking at 6,000. Now, there is obviously potential for downside. The next support level down 4,800 and 4,500. Okay, and then 4,200 below that. So keep an eye on those levels. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody is calling out breakouts, posting charts, working together to trade this market. I've got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading at all, and you want to completely take control of your portfolio and you're tired of losing money to this market, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. Number one reason why people join the group is I post profitable trading setups on a regular basis, and people have been killing it in the trading group. If you want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. If you pay with crypto for 6 months, you get 20% off. If you pay for the year, you get 30% off and an additional month for free. The group is cheap. It pays for itself in a couple trades. Definitely encourage you guys to join the trading group. If you do want to pay with a card month to month, you can do so. There's a Patreon link in the description. I just want to run through a couple of these comments. Shout out to Chris. He said, Chris, I've made back my 1-year subscription plus $300 in 2 days. He's been in the group for 2 days. He made $858. I can't believe it. He sold Tezos at the absolute top. I've never done that before, he stated. It's such a good feeling. Over here, he said, the training videos are great. I'm learning a lot of stuff already, stuff I didn't even know existed. Next person said, I'm currently up 1.5 Bitcoin in my first month of trading. Another person, I made $700 on a trade yesterday. Life-changing money starts here. It's time to learn how this market really works. There's a bunch of big Tether moves. There's a $50 million Tether mints from the Tether treasury. He got sent to the Tron blockchain. There's $60 million sent to the Ethereum blockchain. So Tether's pumping out $110 million. What does this mean? Possible big move coming. Big move coming. Why do they need all this Tether? Either, you know, institutions are pumping a bunch of fiat into the crypto space, and we'll see big buys, or they're looking for a move lower, and people are essentially accumulating and moving into Tether because they're thinking there's going to be a move to the downside. Either way, this is a good indication of a move coming. Now, there's a lot of ideas that I'm going to discuss today that kind of on a global scale have to do with traditional markets, and I'll show you why it's important. I want you to pay attention. There's a major news story at the end of this video that is going to potentially stimulate the U.S. economy, and I'll talk to you guys about that. United States Treasury Secretary appointed Coinbase's chief legal officer to oversee banking. That's huge. Number one, I think they want to understand how cryptocurrency, how that's going to tie into everything, and he's a good fit for that. You know, number two, it says a lot about cryptocurrency space to know that this gentleman is qualified to do that. So now the Philippines have been the first country to shut down financial markets over the panic in the world today. But Donald Trump came out and he says, I want to keep markets open. I may cut hours. President Trump and his team absolutely believe in keeping the markets open. I want to give you some thoughts on the S&P 500 because the S&P 500 has gotten completely destroyed. And obviously crypto has too. Gold's went through it. Silver. The entire global economy is faltering right now. Now you see this support level down here that was established after this price point. Now this has to support. Like, you got to look at this volume. You have a ton of volume here. Everybody's like, Chris, why are we talking about the S&P 500? This is crypto. This is crypto, and I'll show you why. But I want to paint this picture. If this breaks, there's obviously a lot more downside for the S&P 500. In times of economic crisis, are people in the United States and developed countries going to think, oh man, I'm completely getting wrecked in traditional markets. Should I pump my money into an extremely new volatile crypto market, or are they thinking, hey, we should, potentially play it safer, right? So this causes a lot of economic uncertainty, and it doesn't necessarily help the crypto markets. So the Senate Republicans approve $850 billion economic package. Pump traditional markets. It helps us in the long run. Now, Bitcoin price drops are correlated to the S&P 500 price drops. So look at this overlay. The orange chart here, this is Bitcoin's price. Okay, these candles, red and green candles, that's the S&P 500. So you see back here when Bitcoin fell off a cliff from 6,500 to 3,150, you can see the S&P got wrecked as well. Probably prior to. It was a leading indicator potentially. Here we were at 14,000. S&P was at a high, completely pulled back. Bitcoin pulled back. Okay. Now you see Bitcoin sold off and the S&P 500 sold off. These are correlated. These big moves roll over into the cryptocurrency space and really affect Bitcoin. And you can see that here on this chart. Now, Google data hints that the uncertainty in the globally right now with what's going on that's causing panic may trigger a U.S. housing market crash. The markets are in total chaos, right? If you haven't signed up for a VPN yet, definitely try PureVPN. Link is in the description. If you want to stay protected anytime you're working with your crypto, if you want to use Binance, you want to trade these bear coins, you want to use BitMEX, you want to use Bybit, any of those exchanges, PureVPN, the link in the description does support the channel, and they have an insane 85% off. The crypto community right now is just like, they're just confused. Everybody doesn't know what is this market going to do, and that's okay. Like we're after a big drop like this, we need Bitcoin to move sideways for a little bit, cool off, let the indicators cool off. So until we get some of these ideas coming out, it's really hard to kind of set a direction, as far as this trend goes. Like, how do you trade this market right now? And it's tough. Dow Jones is now saying that there's a recession. It's unavoidable. So again, market chaos. The Chinese economy collapses in the first quarter. Is the United States next? Is the United States economy going to collapse, and what is that going to do to crypto? Shout out to Roger Adcock. He stated, in a few months, the truth is going to be visible. The rich are going to get richer. The poor are going to sell everything they have to survive. They're going to be basically scared out of the assets that they do have. They're going to be enslaved again through this corrupt system we call freedom. Buy Bitcoin, he stated. Educate yourselves. Major support has to hold for the S&P. Otherwise, we need a bounce here. A bounce here is going to correlate over to Bitcoin, in my opinion. If you're going to spread your money around, you're going to invest in different markets, probably you're not going to go all in crypto. Now, I know there's a lot of people in our space that do, right? They're not very well diversified. They think, hey, all or nothing. But most people, whales, institutions, smart money, they're going to take a small, tiny percentage of their portfolio and they're going to put it in cryptocurrency. Traditional markets need to recover based on this idea. Then Trump comes out with this tweet. They're working on sending checks to Americans immediately, like in the next 2 weeks. Americans need cash now. And I know this is a global channel, but this is what they're doing in America to kind of put a Band-Aid on things, okay? And so let's just understand this idea.
Many companies have now shut down, whether it's bars or restaurants. Americans need cash now, and the president wants to get cash now. And I mean now in the next 2 weeks.
How much?
I will be previewing that with the Republicans. There's some numbers out there. They may be a little bit bigger than what's in the price.
He backtracked real quick when he said how much, but listen, he wants that bounce. He wants the S&P to bounce. These governments, economies are going to falter on a global scale, and I think cryptocurrency is going to be right there to step in. Right? Don't doubt cryptocurrency. If we do move lower, don't get frustrated. Don't get your feelings hurt. Don't get too emotional. Like, this is the future of money. And part of this is because of this economic faltering. Like, they just keep printing money, giving money away. This is the reason why they're not, no one's adding any Bitcoin to the pot. Nobody's, there's still 21 million Bitcoin ever that are going to be produced. Governments continue to just inflate things and just print money on a whim. But immediately out of the box, this might help the S&P, which might help cryptocurrency. Now, my videos wouldn't be complete without a little bit of hopium. And this gentleman, I don't know, I got the screenshot somewhere, and I don't know this gentleman's name, but if you know who he is, leave a comment in the comment box. But he's a YouTuber. Why didn't we see this pattern in Bitcoin? And so, typically you see this curve here. And if any parabolic curve, you could draw trend lines and you'd see this is what happens. And potentially what this gentleman is saying is, you have these trend lines and you get a big drop, and then the next market cycle starts. Big drop, the next market cycle starts. Big drop, and here we are. This is the next market cycle, the start of the market cycle. We need this capitulation, as bad as it seems. I mean, it's no fun losing money, let's face it, right? But we need this capitulation. We need this break. We need this break. We need this break. Because look, now over time, what I want you to notice is how the angle of the market is not as steep as it was prior. So potentially these market cycles are going to get longer, and the run-up is not going to be as high percentage-wise, but still, this right here over the next 2-3 years is going to make us a ton of money in this market. I know it feels like, Chris, I don't even want to hear anything bullish right now. You know what? You have to be patient in this market. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.